Welcome, visionaries. This is your host, the INFJ Visionary. Once more into the break, my friends. Once more. The world just seems like it's getting faster, crazier, more fragmented. That's been a consistent thing my whole life, actually. When I look back, because I'm pretty old now, when I look back at a time like, say, the late 70s or something, things seem to feel that way sort of then too, but when you look back, it seems really mellow and really chill. And we've got so many things going on. We've got like the economic squeeze. It seems like everyone's getting squeezed. And as the debt rate increases, the people that own assets become incredibly wealthy. That's the dynamic that's at work there. You can look at the billionaires and all that, and trillionaires. We don't have any trillionaires yet, but it's going to happen. That's a symptom. That's not a cause. Hold on, I'm going to have a sip here of my mead. Yeah, the Oracle gets the finest mead direct from the vineyards of Apollo. Um, yeah, so what do you do, right? Like, for my part, like, I don't have children, but I look at people that do have children and I think, wow, they've got a lot of skin in the game, a lot more skin than me, because I just care about little old me. And, I love kids and all that, but I don't have any. So, and I was listening to a really interesting broadcast, and this guy is an AI doom guy, and he's making some pretty good arguments. But he has kids, and I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, and it's sort of beside the point. But one thing he does believe as well is that aging is a disease, right? It's curable. We might look at that and go, what? We've always had aging, but the way my mind works is like, yeah, anything's possible. That's incredibly possible, and possibly you wouldn't want to die anytime soon, since there could be a cure to aging, and you could end up living for a long time. Now, is that a good idea or not? I don't know. I think if we were given the choice, we would not choose to die, but that's because the one thing that's sort of come into this reality with us is the decision to continue and survive. That's not really something you have to come up with on your own. It sort of comes in with you. And so if I come to you and say, well, when would you like to die? Well, perhaps you were bored or ill, not feeling well. Then you might say, yeah, just I'm done, But otherwise, you would go, yeah, no, I don't want to die. I want to keep going. And getting back to what I was saying with the kids thing, when would you decide to have children? Would you have children when you were 500 years old? Or would you, if you didn't have that biological imperative to do them before time ran out? Also, would you have as much desire to do that, since a lot of the motivation people have to have children to sort of continue a portion of themselves forward into reality, into the matrix here? Yeah, it's very interesting. And now you might say, well, geez, that's all great, visionary. What's any of this got to do with being an INFJ? Well, what it has to do with being an INFJ is that we're both INFJs. I'm assuming that. Of course, anyone's welcome to listen to this broadcast, whether they are or not. And as a fellow INFJ, I assume that you are plugged into the NI, abyss, ocean. And since we're plugged into the same abyss, I'm assuming you're getting a lot of similar signals that I am receiving, and that possibly some of the same ideas are rolling through your mind, about ideas about permanence, and the permanence of the self, for example. On that, now, finally, sometimes I have to get going for a while, so just be patient with the old visionary here. It's like an engine. It starts warming up. And this gets to this sense of the self, the feeling of the self, the 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 thing you identify with, the thing that you've been with your entire life. If you're like me, there's a bit of a separation there. I can actually look at that self objectively. And this is at the root of a lot of different religions and things, but I'm not saying I'm terribly religious about it. It's just kind of a fact of the matter. And to the point where, let's see if you can move along with me on this. I think because of the extroverted feeling component, oftentimes we can feel what other people are feeling in a way that's just about as palpable as what we're about. We can make an active decision to go our way or their way. And one of the ideas that actually sparked the direction of our conversation right now, that I had, not just today, but I've had it several times, especially if you're having a disagreement with someone or you're not seeing eye to eye. It's like, well, I have to choose me because that's what's persistent. I could choose you, but you could come and you could go. Meanwhile, I am still here, and so I need to look after me. Now, I think to a lot of other types, that sort of thinking, that sort of process, it would just be considered somewhat crazy. It's like, well, of course. Why would you even have to say that? Of course you're going to choose you. That choose you because you are you. But I think we choose ourselves because we have to. And as you, like some INFJs, I know we can get lost in other people, and we not so much lost in the people themselves, but lost in the serving, lost in the caring. We get hooked into something and we care, and we serve. And this is a property about us that is known. I know it's known. But what's the alternative? The alternative is to be alone. So maybe we're giving too much. We're giving it all away, or um, we're not giving anything away. We're just all up by ourselves. And that it reminds me of another. I didn't watch the video. Sometimes you don't have to watch a video. You can just look at the title and think about the thoughts that sparks for you. And this was especially on this particular channel, because this is where I post my INFJ stuff. And this is where I see a lot of INFJ stuff, because I'll review my videos here. I get all kinds of interesting suggestions. And this one video said, loneliness is our natural state. And I think that could have even been an INFJ video. A little more meat. A little more meat here, my friends. Yeah, loneliness could be our default state. I do think it's good to be conversant and at peace with being alone and being okay in yourself. That said, and this ties into this other thing where you have this identity, you've sort of been hanging out with yourself your whole life. You have to look out for yourself. You have to take care of yourself. And getting back to the immortality thing, that'd be a long time to spend with that person. And that would be very interesting, you know. Either way, you want to be a friend to yourself, obviously, since you can't get away from it. And you want to be a friend to other people. So if you've chosen this loneliness default idea, I would caution you against that. That's not the path for you, INFJ. That's not why you were put here. You need to have some skin in the game. You need to be involved with other people. And if you're finding that difficult to find other people, you need to make some moderate effort to get out into the world, whether it's joining a bowling league or square dancing. That sounds ridiculous to you. It doesn't matter what you do. That's the point. You need to do something. And I think you will find a lot more fulfillment if you do. And this has been another rambly broadcast from your friend the Visionary, but I'm glad that I got it done, and I hope you got something from it. And until I come back, keep on keeping on, INFJ.